In a slowly decaying city, social class is determined by the amount of time you spend in a virtual world called the interface. Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel and I am a comic author. Welcome to Tales from the Interface Live. It's a weekly show in which I share a little bit about my comic making process. If you have any question or would like to talk about anything specifically, please don't hesitate to use the chat, comment section, whatever you're using. I'd be glad to answer any question, and I love hearing from you guys. So, of course, likes, shares, follows are usually appreciated. They are what makes this show run. I am the one making all the marketing, all the stuff for my project, so I appreciate any help you can give by sharing and liking. All that stuff helps to promote the channel by telling the Facebook and other social media platform that this stuff is worth sharing to more people. Otherwise, only very few people would see it. So I appreciate that. And without further delay, I'll get started. Last week we had a new follow on Facebook, so welcome Alexandre Benoit. Love hearing from you guys. So if you have any question, Alexandre, you're welcome to ask them. Okay, so let me just start share my screen. So as you can see, comic is advancing really well. I'm working on page 20 currently, and what I'm working on now is what I call the flats. So the flats is where you have flat colors. So you don't put any shadows, you don't put any highlights, you just put the flat colors on the screen, and that's an important step to kind of set up the whole general atmosphere of the comic. So basically, what you want to do is lay out all these flat colors and then put the highlights on it. You want to work in general by layers, by steps. So my process is really script, and then I will do pencils, and then I will do inks, flat colors, and then I will do highlights. So in each of these steps I do a complete pass over the whole chapter. And I go back to the beginning and do it again. Sometimes I'll mix up pages, but I always finish one complete step before starting the next. It's very easy to get trapped into one page and render the hell out of it, and then the next page has lack of render, so it looks unbalanced. It's better to work overhaul over a large number of pages, in my opinion. I could even do the whole book, all the books together in one shot, but that would take forever. So I prefer to have like a little bit at a time coming out. I think 24 pages is a good measure for that. So let me open the page I'm currently working on, which is page 20. So only like 5 pages left. As you can see, I started last night on the left page here. And the way I did this, because I wanted the tentacles to come out and the sausage to come out. So what I did is that if you can see my layers, those top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, they're really the guy and the sausage are laid out on top. And then I have 3 more actually, which are the background. And it's good to work in background and foreground like that, so that you can put more depth into your drawing. So that's why I did it like that. So basically, the flats for the guy are done. Now I'm working on the background. So yeah, he looks pretty good. There are some little things I can do still, so I'll do that now. If I open a previous page to get a reference of what I did. So yeah, just add those lines to the tentacles, so that won't take too long. just a paler purple. And as I discussed many times before, Clip Paint makes this fairly painless. Like the fill tool is very, very good. If you're wondering, yes, I'm working in Clip Paint Studio, which is an excellent software. I used to work in Photoshop for many years, but now I switched to Clip Paint for comic. It's a much more custom made for that purpose, and works better, in my opinion. My two main tools really for that is the lasso fill, which you select and then it fills automatically, and then the paint bucket. Depending on what kind of shape, it's really just my experience. That tells me if I can or not. So it's better to use the lasso fill for that little piece left. Okay, so pretty much done for those. I'm gonna work on the background now. Yeah, so that's here. I always put a flat color on the background. The floor, any gray. See, I try to fill and it doesn't fill. So what you can do with that is just play around with the close gap feature. And sometimes it's too much, sometimes it's not enough. I probably should be able to link a shortcut to that feature, like make close gap more or less, because I always play with that. It's a bit annoying. I like to keep a previous page as a reference to check out the colors when I'm doing flattening specifically. Because there's so many colors that it's not really convenient to do like a swatch thing. And what is a swatch? It's this. So you can add colors, custom colors to this. But since there's so many, it's not really, it would just get confusing. So I just go to a previous page and use that instead. I had that color somewhere. I think. And if I can't find a color, it's not a big deal. I can kind of use a new one. Just maybe more yellow a bit, or something like that. It's okay. So the wall is good. This is the color I wanted. Then I need my painting. Probably appear on the previous page. Yes. Okay, here. So I'm gonna take maybe a neutral gray and let's just fill this. I'm not sure I'm gonna, because so in previous page I actually drew the scene there. I'm not sure if I wanted to, because there's already so much going on. I'll leave it like that for now, and maybe later I'll go to it. And I really need to pause the video for 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. I gotta put on my shirt, it's a bit cold here. And I'll be hot in 1 minute. Because this is a warm kangaroo. Alright, where was I? Okay, sorry. Couldn't find my trusty drawing glove. So I use this on my tablet. It's it's really useful if you're using a tablet and you don't have a glove to draw on it. I highly suggest it. Just fix this thing here. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so basically this one is called the smudge guard, and it's much easier to slide on top of your screen. Using your hand, I'll get sweaty and I'll stick on the screen everywhere, so much better. Even if you're drawing like on iPad or anything, any kind of screen really, you might want to look into that. So let's continue this. Maybe change the, you know what, I'll keep the same color of the tentacle, and that's because I'm gonna add a layer like on top of this so that it looks deeper. So there is going to be some color in that layer, so that will change the color of the tentacle accordingly. So I can keep it the same color. But typically I would want the tentacle to be a little bit different so that it looks further. Like you see the front one is really dark. And so I'll do some effect to this so that it looks a bit further. And you know, this one actually probably should be too. Maybe I'll play around with that as well later. Yeah, this week something cool happened. I had actually, it was a few months ago. I did an interview with Jean-Marc Pacelli, and it has now been posted on his podcast. So I would recommend you check it out. The link is on the webcomic, so go there and see it. The podcast is called La Case Départ. So it's a French podcast about comics from Quebec. So I do recommend checking it out. There's a lot of interviews with super interesting people. I really appreciate what Jean-Marc is doing. He's really interviewing all kinds of artists, like comic book artists, not necessarily only the big name that we've heard 100 times. You know, he's looking into more people. So I like what he's doing here. Often those podcasts, they always interview the same people. You know, love their work, but we've heard what they have to say many times. So I was grateful for that chance. Anytime when somebody invites me to a podcast, I make a great. I've never refused, and I'm not planning to. I think I really appreciate the work, and so I do my best to be there when they offer it. So if you have a podcast, if you have a website, if you'd like to review the comic, if you'd like to have me for an interview, if you'd like to have me discuss about comics with you on your podcast, on your whatever, I'll be glad to be there. Just contact me anywhere and we'll set it up. Oops. Cube. Those cubes have been there since the beginning. If you didn't know, Tales from the Interface started out as a book that I wanted to do, and one of the first idea that was implemented was a kind of a take on the Soylent Green thing, where people would eat little cubes of something that are tasteless and nobody likes them, but that's the only thing they have. So that's been there for quite a while. I've been working on the idea since my early 20s. So this is something that I really wanted to see through. You know, I often think it's a little bit crazy, but you know, I'm half true. I mean, I'm doing it. So if you have an idea and you really want to do it. I mean, you can do it. Just take the time. You know, it might take a long time, but you know, if you never start, you never finish, right? As somebody said, maybe Steve Jobs, I don't know. It was the only way to fail is to never start. So working hard to have this done. So yeah, so as I said, this is the flat layer. After that, there'll be another pass where I'll put in the highlights, and when this is done, then it's done. I'll be posting. I've already started to work on my my campaign, my my funding campaign. So when I'm done with the highlights, I'll be working on that. I'll be posting links to that. What I'll probably do is do the cover first, since after the flats I'll work on the cover, and the reason for this is that this should be corn, right? The reason for this is that I need the hard to concentrate, like doing drawing and talking at the same time. But the reason why I'm gonna do the cover before finishing all the page is that I need the cover to promote the book. So it's gonna be my way of I'll use it in all the ads I'll do and all the on the campaign page. I kind of need a cover to show up, show what the book will be like. So that's why I really need that to promote the book. So that's why I want to have it done before I finish, so that I can start a campaign. Usually I'll start a campaign when I'm almost done with the colors and everything. I'll at least start to tease it. So I'll need that to do this, to tease the campaign. I'll need some imagery, and the cover is usually my goal too. Oh, merci Ada. So a like from Ada. Aya, sorry Aya. Aya Lida. A cat lover, an animal lover. Very thoughtful lady. In some cases it's better to have the foreground to make a proper selection. I'll just leave it on for now. You can see, it's starting to come around to something that makes sense. So beside the interview, not much has happened this week. It's very quiet around here. My son learned skating which is great for him. Actually, I don't even know how. I did maybe once in my life. Shocker, right? I'm supposed to be winter, because I live in a winter country. I'm supposed to be good at this, but no. I mean, I never had a pair when I was a kid. Never really asked for it, so it's not like my parents didn't want or anything. It's just that didn't really want it. Well, my sister skated, so I guess if I wanted, they would have let me. I did a little bit of rollerblade one time and kind of got the hang of it, but never got a pair as well, so never really got into roller skate either. I am interested in trying because my daughter really likes it, so maybe I'll start a bit of that. I do like bicycle though, and last year my daughter finally started to do bicycle, so I was really glad to be able to do this with her. I always liked bicycle. Not that I did so much of it, but I'm not a really sportive guy, and probably this is one of the things I did the most. And I do need to move more. I tend to be very how do you say that? I don't move much. I stay at home a lot. It's really exciting to me to see this come true, and another chapter. It's always fun, you know. And another book too. My third book. I can't believe that I've already taken this far. This was hell, the page on the left. I mean, so many people there, and I'm concerned that it's gonna be way too small in print, so won't see much of the details. And that's a shame because there's some nice Easter eggs there, like here. It's the tall man from Phantasm. If you know that movie, that series, there's 5 Phantasm. Great horror flick by Don Coscarelli. I really like what he does. He did a few movies that I enjoyed quite a lot. I believe he did John Dies at the End, and I need to see this again. I quite enjoyed it. And I think he did Tucker and Dale Against Evil. I believe he did that one too. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. But or did he do that? The Cabin in the Wood. I'm sorry. I'm probably mixing people up. But yeah, he's a great director. Quite enjoy his work. So if you have a chance to check out Phantasm, please do. It's quite great, and there is a sizable fan base actually. So I'm not the only one who thinks that these movies are pretty good. It's kind of a weird mix of a lot of, you know, horror tropes. Like there is this basically the idea is that there is this tall man who is kind of a scientist who became it's hard to say he's evil. I think he is. It's like he experimented and got transported to a dimension where he became evil. Or I don't know. It's like an evil dimension, or he doesn't see what he does as evil anymore because he's kind of over it. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, he kind of needs human bodies to work in. What I'm doing to work in that dimension. So he uses human as slaves labor there, and but since this dimension has more gravity because it's kind of another planet or something, he shrunks them, or they get shrunk by the process or something. So you got this bunch of tiny slave creatures, deformed slave creatures, and they that work for him, and they look exactly like Jawas. So they wear these brown tunics. They do have faces though, which you see sometimes, but they're basically Jawas. It's quite weird, but it's fun. It's a fun trip, and it's one of those movies are a little bit what did I just see? I mean, did I understand the story or not? And in the end, it doesn't really matter. It's more about the trip than the destination. If I could say that. Oh, Thomas Louis, merci pour the like. Thomas Louis is a pretty cool guy. He organizes the Quebec City Comic Festival, which I was planning to attend before this stupid virus came along. Hopefully I'll be able to one day, and bring my books there, because I actually never brought my my books to Quebec City yet to meet with the fans there. I do know some people there. Hopefully I'll be able to meet some of them, which would be great. There's so many people working so hard in the comic community here. We have a great community. I think, I don't know how it is in US. I haven't really experienced it, but I think our language kind of unites us in a way that that doesn't happen in US. That's one thing, that I found the benefit of preserving and fighting for the French language here. It really helps to keep culture alive, because we're all working together to promote it as artists. So that's why I do this live in English, but I always spend additional time to translate and print my book in French and make it available in French for everyone who needs it, who wants it. And I don't have to do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that 95% of people who want my book would get in anyway, but it's just something I do to help promote my language. So yep. And I do buy a lot of local artists' work as well. So encourage your local talent. You don't like my stuff, that's fine. But be interested, look at what's available, and I'm sure you'll find something you like. There's so many talented people here. And I guess my point was that in the US, it's so you're kind of surround everywhere speaks the language. So I mean, you have so much choice. It's such a big pond, right? It's like the analogy of the the big pond, being a small fish in a big pond, or being a big fish in a small pond, I guess. There's so many other things available in English that it creates a lot of competition. It's hard to get noticed. It's hard here too, by the way. I'm not saying it's not hard here, but maybe it's because of the community that tries hard to promote itself. Maybe it's a bit easier. Maybe, I don't know. I have no truth. I am clueless because I've been doing comics since the early 2000, maybe even earlier. Started publishing my own fanzine, and I'm still, not that well known. So I don't know. I don't have what it takes to be well known. Maybe, I don't know. It's a bit hard. Oh, that's a great panel. I love that. But I like what I do, and I hope people like it too. That's the only thing that matters, really, I guess. So thank you for being here and watching me draw. So eyes should be a bit bloodshot because pressure. Okay, this guy, I drew him a few times. Just on throwaway character. Blue eyes. Yeah, that figures. Sometimes a quick panel kit like that can be very efficient. Simple colors, but it works well. It's one of those images I shared on Instagram, I believe. So yeah, if you want to follow my work, I'm pretty much everywhere. So you can find me on Instagram, you can find me Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch now. With varying levels of success. What's this? Red, right? Yeah. And the beautiful sausage. My sausage! No! Must save my sausage! It's my kind of humor. I guess it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it makes me laugh, so I do it. Take that. Oop. Ah, Richard, merci pour le like. Richard is a old friend from a long time ago. He was one of the best friend of my big brother. Came to our house many times. Used to live a few houses away. And then later on, we worked together in multimedia. Like, great guy. Okay, this is good. Yay, another page done. Woo! All right. All right. Those simple panels are fun too. But sometimes you need to be a bit more detailed. You need to like let the page breathe. So a simple panel, a hard panel, just vary the amount of detail, and then it makes the detail have more impact. Okay, so how does this page work again? Oh my god. Okay, so this here was quite a fun to figure out how to lay out that page. So this is this. Okay, so I want a layer beneath that. So for my colors, I'm gonna have a kind of intense background. I don't want to use the color of the wall again. I want to use a red, and I may make it yeah. Okay, so I want to color so tentacles here. Okay, so on top of this I'll put the tentacles, and I wonder if I should, yeah, I should probably color that and then add the panels on top. So I need some purple and purple. The white here was really just a way for me to kind of make sense of my drawing, so it's temporary. I don't need that now. Or do I? Okay, let me figure that out after. Sometimes it can get a bit confusing when you want things to go on top of other things, and yeah, because these two layers. Ay. Yeah, so this is gonna be tricky because I want this part to be on top of those and the other part to be on the bottom, at the bottom. Yeah, so okay, I'll start by doing those tentacles, I guess. And because it's only a small part of the drawing that's under. It gets tricky because what I'm thinking about is that when it's gonna get printed, because it might sometime move. That's when two pages are connected, so I don't think I'm gonna have this issue here. And it's gonna be tricky to put the highlights as well. Gonna have to put some under, some on top. I'm gonna try to put as much under as possible, and then just that part where the head goes over, then I'll do it on another layer, maybe just the top of the head, like that section here. Yeah, if I just put the head, you know, this layer on the tentacle here, that section can be on top. Yeah, okay. I figured it out in my head. Sorry if I'm not making any sense. Merci Richard. J'essaie de... Des fois c'est pas évident. J'essaie d'expliquer qu'est-ce qui se passe dans ma tête, mais c'est pas toujours évident d'expliquer en même temps que je dessine. So just finishing all the purple. Okay, I can go back to using the paint bucket for this. So boop, 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 boop. Yeah. So many stuff here, it can get quite confusing, but when you're doing the colors like that, it kind of really start to make sense. Then okay, so this is under, that's fine. Okay, this is this. I'm gonna assume this is a tentacle. This two here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here. Okay. So now all the little details. Use the lasso fill. And, I forgot a tentacle here and here and here. Can remove that one for now. This. Okay, let's go. So lasso fill is really cool because you just select the zone and just whoop. So I'm just really starting by just doing all the tentacles, and then I'll start working on the dude there. Merci, je suis très humble. Il y a tellement du monde qui ont du talent, là. Écoute, je sais que du monde qui sont capables de faire des choses pas mal plus rapidement que moi. Je prends beaucoup de temps. Chaque livre me prend comme à peu près 2 ans à faire. So the big things are kind of easy. You just can select in big zones. Voilà. Puis dans le fond, la raison pourquoi je fais ça aussi, c'est pour partager live comme ça, ben ça montre que les choses prennent du temps à faire. T'sais. Parce que souvent tu vois des streams ou des vidéos sur YouTube de gens qui montrent leur dessin, là, puis c'est comme magique, puis tu vois que ça apparaît d'un coup, là, mais c'est pas ça le dessin, là, c'est long. C'est long. Puis même le monde qui ont beaucoup de talent, oui, ils peuvent être un peu plus rapides, là, mais des gens comme King Jong, comment il s'appelle déjà, le coréen, là. C'est pas commun, là. La plupart des artistes travaillent vraiment fort pour faire ce qu'ils font. Ça c'est quoi ça? Bon. Ah, ici. Est-ce que j'ai tout couvert les tentacules? Ah non, pas tout à fait. C'est sûr que là, il va y avoir du sang là-dedans, là, mais là, pour l'instant, j'essaie surtout d'isoler mes tentacules là, pour être capable de bien sélectionner mon bonhomme en dessous. Là. Ça serait pas de tentacule. Ok. Okay, so the guy now. Sure. What color should his shirt be? No, it's this guy. Huh? Okay, so blue shirt. Huh. Okay. So when when it does that, it's because there's a hole in your line somewhere, and this is so complicated that I was here. Yeah. So you can just play around with that close gap feature, and yeah, again, it's annoying, but that's why sometimes I prefer to just use the lasso fill and just select the zone I want to color. Especially when it's broken line like that. Ah, le programme s'appelle Clip Paint Studio. C'est un programme qui est fait spécialement pour la bande dessinée. Donc, tu as plein d'outils qui sont spécifiques à la bande dessinée, comme pour faire des bulles, pour faire des cases, même pour faire un livre. Tu vois, dans le fond, j'ai toutes mes pages ici. Fait que je peux sélectionner n'importe quelle page, puis l'ouvrir, puis la retravailler. Tu peux créer comme je disais, tu peux créer tes bulles avec tes fonds, tous tes layouts de page finalement. C'est vraiment fait pour la bande dessinée. Les outils d'ancrage sont vraiment bons aussi. Puis là, ce que je fais en ce moment, c'est le blocage des couleurs. Là. Donc, ça marche particulièrement bien. Sur Photoshop, tu peux le faire, mais c'est pas aussi efficace. Moi, je travaillais sur Photoshop pendant comme depuis 94. Là. Donc, je le connais très très bien, là, mais pour la bande dessinée, c'est pas idéal. Là, ce logiciel-là, il est mieux. Il est vraiment mieux. Là. C'est un logiciel qui a été fait, qui vient du Japon, qui est basé sur pour la bande dessinée. Là, donc, avant, ça s'appelait Clip Paint Studio, puis on transformait ça en Clip Paint Studio. Avant, ça s'appelait Manga Studio, puis là, on appelait ça Clip Studio Paint. C'est un nom un peu bizarre, franchement. Là. Mais des fois, les Japonais ils ont des façons un peu différentes de nommer les choses. Ben, du moins qui sont spéciales à nos oreilles. Mais c'est vraiment fait à l'origine pour les mangas. Là. Donc, tu sais, il y a des outils, il y a plein de matériel que tu peux utiliser là, pour faire des trames ou des choses particulières au manga. Là. Tu peux même faire de l'animation là-dedans maintenant, là, ça a l'air. Mais je suis pas sûr que c'est super bon, là, mais ça a l'air quand tu peux. Là. Hop. Il y a d'autres logiciels aussi axés plus pour le dessin et la bande dessinée. Là. Photoshop s'est rendu un monstre là, qui tu peux faire comme n'importe quoi dedans. Là. Mais en même temps, il y a tellement de fonctionnalités que l'interface est un peu. Il a un peu explosé, là, c'est un peu trop. Là. C'est bon d'avoir un logiciel qui a une fonction en tête. Là, quoique là, comme je disais, là, il essaie de faire plein d'affaires avec lui. Fait que ça commence à être un peu. À aller un peu partout, mais en tout cas. Donc, pour l'instant, les outils de bande dessinée sont vraiment bons là-dedans. C'est ça que j'utilise. Bon, tu vois, il y a tellement de détails là-dedans que là, je vais aller prendre l'outil lasso. Là. Qui est un outil qu'il y a dans Photoshop aussi, mais lui, il est particulier parce que quand tu as fini de sélectionner, il va tout de suite remplir la zone. Tandis que dans Photoshop, là, il faut que tu fasses une étape de plus. Là. Il faut que tu fasses un fil après, puis il n'y a pas de raccourci clavier, fait que tu es obligé d'en créer un, puis là, c'est de faire une autre touche, avoir une autre chose à faire. Mais là, tout est automatique là-dedans. Là, je regarde encore mon dessin, puis je trouve que le fond rouge, ça marche pas vraiment, parce que le sein est rouge déjà. Je pense qu'un fond orange, là, ça pourrait pas mal plus. Peut-être pas ça, mais... Ouais, je vais y penser, hein, mais... C'est ça qui est bon de travailler en layer, je veux dire, je peux changer mon fond n'importe quand. Peut-être même blanc, hein, dans le fond. Là. Mais le point de cette étape-là de la bande dessinée, c'est vraiment de déterminer ton choix de couleur. Là, avant de faire la finition, d'ajouter tous les petits détails. Là, c'est une étape qui est un peu plus rapide. Là, fait que... Non, c'est fait entièrement dans le logiciel. Je travaille pas à la main du tout. Les étapes, dans le fond, c'est que j'écris mon texte dans un autre logiciel. Puis après ça, ben, je fais mes pages. Là. Comme je te disais, comme je te montrais tantôt, là, toutes mes pages sont dans cette vue-là. T'sais. Fait que dans le fond, je vais faire des sketchs rapides là-dedans. Puis je vais comme... Tu sais, dans mon script, j'ai toutes mes cases avec mes dialogues. Fait que dans le fond, je vais placer ça dans chaque page. Puis après ça, je vais faire une étape rapide, là, le sketch, là, où je fais des dessins rapides dans chaque page. Puis je regarde si le rythme de l'histoire fonctionne. Si ça fonctionne, ben là, je vais aller un peu plus en détail. Là. Tu vois une page qui a un ancrage là, en noir et blanc. Là. Fait que ça va être comme la troisième étape. Là. Donc, en premier, un script. Deuxièmement, on fait des dessins rapides. En fait, troisièmement, là, on finit les dessins. Puis quatrièmement, on va faire l'ancrage. Puis là, je suis rendu comme à la cinquième étape où je fais les couleurs. Puis la sixième, ça serait faire la finition, là, les ombres, les lumières. Fait que dans le fond, c'est ça, là. Fait que je fais vraiment tout à l'intérieur du logiciel. C'est beaucoup plus rapide pour gérer les erreurs, déplacer les choses. Tu sais, quand tu fais une erreur dans le traditionnel, là, c'est vraiment dur à corriger. Là, fait que ça sauve du temps à ce niveau-là. Là. C'est un peu moins agréable que du papier, là, honnêtement, là, mais pour le temps qu'on sauve, ben, ça vaut la peine. Là, il y a des gens qui sont pas capables. Surtout ceux qui ont fait de la BD pendant plus longtemps, ils sont tellement habitués au crayon qu'ils ont de la misère à aller au digital. Là. Puis il y a du monde aussi des artistes qui ont fait du digital, puis après ça, ben, ils ont décidé qu'ils en feraient plus, puis ils font juste à la main, là. J'ai entendu un argument qui avait quand même du sens, c'était que quand tu fais à la main, ben, là, après ça, tu peux vendre tes planches. Tandis qu'à numérique, ben, il n'y a pas vraiment de planche originale à vendre. Ok. Pour ça, quand tu fais ça, là, tu te dis, c'est quoi que je dessinais ici? Ok. Ouais. C'est une tentacule. Ah oui, c'est un crayon. Check. Je vais vous montrer. Attends. Donc, c'est un crayon même comme ça, dans le fond. Là. Avec une souris, ça serait vraiment, vraiment difficile de dessiner. Attends, j'ai mal partagé. Là. Non. Okay. Dans le fond, c'est un crayon comme ça. C'est un gros crayon quand même, mais c'est bon d'avoir un gros crayon quand on dessine. Parce que quand le crayon est trop petit, comme sur l'iPad, c'est dur à tenir. Là, puis ces crayons-là sont vraiment bien faits. C'est comme un bout en caoutchouc, fait que c'est pas trop dur. Surtout pour le monde qui presse fort, là, comme moi. J'ai tendance à presser fort sur mon crayon quand je fais des choses difficiles. Fait que c'est vraiment un bon crayon. Là, puis j'ai pas nécessairement le dernier modèle, là, mais c'est vraiment bon. Là, la compagnie qui fait ces tablettes-là, ça s'appelle Wacom. C'est un peu la Cadillac des tablettes numériques, si on veut. Là. Y a bien du monde qui disent que ils chargent trop cher pour leurs produits. C'est sans doute vrai. Là. Puis maintenant, il y a beaucoup de compétition. Là. Il y a des tablettes très similaires, beaucoup moins chères. Là. Il y en a que j'ai vu beaucoup utiliser, c'est les Huion. Huion. Puis il paraît que c'est très très bien. Je sais pas si j'irais pour ça. Tu sais, je veux dire, cette tablette-là, je l'ai depuis 2012 quasiment. Là. Fait que tu sais, c'est quand même de la bonne qualité. Il y a une résistance voulue. Tu peux contrôler la résistance. Tu peux dire faut peser plus fort pour avoir un trait plus fort. Tu peux vraiment configurer le crayon là, comme tu veux. Là. Comment le trait, l'opacité, toutes ces choses-là, c'est des fonctionnalités qui sont contrôlables là, quand tu fais ton trait, là, surtout pour l'ancrage. Mais tu peux tout contrôler, là, c'est vraiment bien fait. Il y a beaucoup de monde qui utilise des iPad Pro pour dessiner. Moi, pour l'avoir essayé pas mal, là, je trouve que le crayon est vraiment difficile à utiliser. Il est très très dur. Puis l'écran il glisse beaucoup. Fait que c'est dur de contrôler son trait quand ton écran est trop glissant. Tu veux un peu de. Ben, tu disais de résistance. Okay? Quand tu dessines, tu veux un peu de résistance dans ton trait, là, parce que sinon c'est dur de. Si ça glisse trop, c'est difficile d'avoir un trait qui est fluide. Là. Tu veux que ça. Tu veux sentir qu'il y a quelque chose là, qui le retient. Là, non, c'est bon ça. Non. C'est comme ça. Il n'y a pas une belle journée, ça, monsieur-là. Ça, c'est une affaire que je fais souvent qui est vraiment plate, là. Là, j'ai commencé à ancrer dans... J'ai mis la couleur dans le mauvais. Oh non. Ah. Puis là, je veux garder mon background séparé. Fait que là, j'ai un problème. Puis je veux pas recommencer tout ça. Fait que ce que je vais faire, c'est que je vais aller chercher mon lasso, mais pas mon lasso fine. Donc, je vais aller chercher... je vais aller sélectionner une zone comme ça. Puis après ça, je vais aller plus en détail. Puis je vais effacer ça pour être capable d'avoir contrôle de mon background encore. Fait que là, je peux ajouter à ma sélection, pareil comme dans Photoshop. Mais je veux pas toucher au background. Voilà. Ok, je vais juste m'assurer que tout ce que mon travail, je le perds pas. Fait que je vais sélectionner toutes les zones que j'ai colorées. Ok. Pas mal ça. Ok. Bon. Je vais juste effacer ça. Puis là, dans le fond, ce que je vais faire, c'est que je vais créer un nouveau layer pour mon nouveau background. Puis on veut du jaune. Ça va être jaune. Puis je vais enlever pour tout de suite. Merge. Voilà. Ouais, merci beaucoup à toi, Richard, pour tes commentaires et d'avoir été là. C'est toujours agréable d'avoir des gens qui commentent puis qui font vivre le live. Fait que je te souhaite une super bonne journée à toi aussi. Moi aussi, je vais finir d'ailleurs. Fait que bye. And yes, that's about it for today. Thank you all for being here. I do this live for an hour every Saturday, so if you'd like to join in, you're welcome to join in every Saturday at 10:30 East, and I love to have you. I'll just switch back to webcam here. So as I said, the comic is progressing well. I'm on currently on page 21 of 24 for the flats, and then I'll be doing the highlights and the shadows. Maybe next week, maybe if I can do all the pages. The next pages are not too intense, so I might be able to finish that this week, which would be great, and start on the shadows next week. Keep in touch. I'm posting my progress sometime on Instagram. You can check that out. I've also been working on a Power Master Optimus Prime drawing on Instagram and Facebook if you want to check out the progress on that. Otherwise, I guess that's about it. So it's a great day outside. It's sunny. I'm sure I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the weather a little bit. I wish you can do the same. And I'll see you all. I'll see you all next time. So have a great week, everyone. Bye.